Good morning, everybody. I am here with you today because we're going to be trying something new on our 2015 Volvo S60. This is the only car I have that does not have LED headlights. And I want to change that. All the rest do, and I love the LED headlights. The vision that they offer you at night, I think, is far superior to a standard bulb like this one has. This is an H11 bulb. And I just love the LEDs. I can see better at night with them myself because I think it illuminates the road in front of me and the reflective surface is better. Today, we're going to be replacing those on this car. Now, anybody that owns a Volvo knows the CANBUS system in there, the electrical system on this car, doesn't like stuff like that. So you have to get either a CANBUS adapter for the car to use with these bulbs, or bulbs that are CANBUS ready. I'm going to try the ones that are CANBUS ready. I've heard of Sealight for quite a while now. This is the Sealight Scopark LED lighting. I don't know what Scopark is, but I'm sure it's probably something good. We're going to try that in this car. These say that they are CANBUS ready, so we're going to find out. If not, then I can order an additional adapter to go with it. What does that mean? These modern cars are equipped with electronics that tell you when your bulbs are out. If you have a tail light go out or a headlight go out or something like that, it monitors the current draw of the bulb, and if it stops sensing a current draw, it says, oh, that bulb must be out, and you'll get that notification on your dash that you've got a bulb out. LED lights draw far less current than a standard bulb, so it doesn't see that high current draw that the old bulb has, and it may trigger a false message that your bulb is out. So we got to watch for things like this. It's not just Volvos. A lot of cars do that these days. There's some that are just really picky, and Volvo happens to be one of them. Now, we're going to see what the difference is really in usefulness between the old bulbs and the new bulbs. So before we get started on this, we're going to take you to a clip to show you what it's like to drive the car with the old bulbs first. How well this shows up is questionable. I hope this shows up really nicely. This is the before view, heading out from my neighborhood. Got traffic coming. I can see the house across the road. I can see the tree there, okay. Got this car passing me by. And we can head down the road. I see somebody else with the LED headlights, it looks like, or xenon or something. But as I go along, take a look at all the reflectors on the side of the road. I don't see the reflectors until I get up fairly close to them. And that's how normal headlights tend to be. Your reflectors, like, look at if you can see it way down there, there's a yellow sign. You don't see those lights or the reflection of those until you get really up close to it. So the headlights are adequate. They do the job. They do the job pretty well, but they are just adequate. Now, let's go to the installation, and then we will come back for a night view with the LED bulbs and see what the difference is. And as you can see, that wasn't bad. They are adequate. The bulbs illuminate the road in front of you just fine. Reflective surfaces, not so much. And I know even with the inexpensive bulbs that I have in my little hoopty that I got from my daughter, we call it Tweety here because you can see the corner is bright yellow. It's a 2004 Pontiac Matrix XR with, a Toyota Matrix XR 220,000 miles on it. I put LED headlights in it, and they are magnificent. So let's get to it. All you should need to do this job on this Volvo is a screwdriver with a T20 Torx bit. And if I want to remove the plug from the headlight assembly, I may need a little flat blade to help wiggle that connector loose. You don't have to take the connector loose at all. The headlight assembly comes out, and you can just kind of rest it right there on the edge of the bumper and change it. It's super, super easy. One thing to keep in mind on these is when we get in there, I'll show you, there's not a lot of space on the low beams between where the bulb mount is and the cover that goes on the back of the lens assembly. So you can't, some of these LED bulbs have these massive cooling fin and cooling motor or fan setups on the back of them that, you know, they're huge. You can't have one of those on this car. You've got to get something that has a smaller, shorter surface on the back. I have not taken these out of the box yet, so we're going to take a quick peek here and show you when I ordered these. See, this is the part that goes in to the actual lens assembly. There's only maybe 5/8 of an inch of distance there. Very small amount. So this should easily fit in where this original headlight goes. And it offers you some zip ties and other stuff. This has, when we take this out, you'll see a little CANBUS adapter piece inside there. And these stickies are to mount that out of the way if we need to. So let's get to it. First thing we're going to do is go open the hood on the car. Alrighty, we have the hood open so that we can get to our headlight assemblies. And if you look back in here, the first thing you might ask yourself is, holy bloody mess, how in the world do I get to the headlight bulbs to get them out? There's no room back there. I don't see a spot or anything like that. This is one where Volvo actually did well. If you've seen my video on replacing the cabin filter, I think whoever designed that should be flogged with a wet noodle for about 20 days. It's horrible. Whoever designed this, and it's probably a stolen design because I know this same concept has been around for a very long time. This guy should deserve a raise. I don't care if it's a stolen idea or not. It was still brilliant to reuse it. To get these out, you'll notice these things right here, one there, one there. All you do is pull it up, set it off to the side. You got to pull firmly to get the little snap portions over, but I mean, it's just a matter of pulling up. They are different. The short one goes on the inside edge of the car, the long one goes back here, and from there, the whole assembly just comes right out. Now, if you do like I did and slide it this way and then this way, it comes right out. It's hard to do one-handed, but it does. I can't grip it one-handed too easily, but here we go. We're getting there. So, on the back side of this, you'll see a connector right here. Get my flashlight. And if I want to remove this entire headlight assembly, all I've got to do is remove this connector from here. Or all I've really got to do, see this thing here? There's a bolt here, 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 and here that are T20. You really just have to remove those and you get to your entire headlight or both your bulbs back below. Now, that's all you need to do. Now, for these purposes, I'm going to take this loose so I can take it inside the house and show you guys a little bit easier. So, be right back. If you do just want to take the entire headlight out of the car, you don't take the plug off here. I thought you did, and then I looked further down there and I realized there's a clip right there. So I think
all I've got to do is push down on the little tab there. I don't know if I can do it one-handed because that tab is hard to push. And then remove it. Let's see if I can set you guys up here so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, just push down on the tab there. It's just hard to wiggle out. There it goes. So I have the entire thing out of the car now. So let's take it inside and swap this bulb out.
All right, here we are inside the house. We have the entire headlight assembly here with us. So we are just going to remove these 4 screws right here that come off quite easily. Set those aside. Volvo really did a good deal on this when they designed this way, because I like, other than having the screws on the back, I think really to do this to make it a lot more user friendly, like parking lot swapping a bulb, it would have been easier if they would have just had thumb things where you turn like a quarter turn or something to lock into position. This just comes off and you see your bulbs in the back. This is your low beam. That is an H11 bulb. That is your high beam. I think that is an H9. Yes, that is an H9 bulb. The factory bulbs are still in here. They are Osram bulbs. They are really good quality bulbs. I have no issues at all with them. Notice this is pointing up in this case. And if you look over here, the way these are designed, they have a ring around them. But you do still want to, when you put the headlight bulbs in, I'll show you, you want the orientation on them to be vertical, straight up and down. As the LED bulbs are designed to shine out like this and forward to give you your correct disbursement pattern, so you are not blinding people. It keeps it level and low instead of shining it toward everybody's faces. So let's get those out, and you should just have to turn it counterclockwise and pull it right out. And you've got, again, a tab. Try not to touch the bulb. If you do wipe it down with like a microfiber cloth or something to get any fingerprints off, these bulbs get super hot, and any fingerprints on the bulb over time will cause the glass itself to develop a hot spot on it and crack and let air inside, and once you get oxygen inside these filaments, they burn up instantly. So that's just a matter of unclipping it. Set that aside carefully. We are going to take our new bulb. It doesn't have the glass, but we still want to be careful anyway. And if you look up under, these come with special gloves for handling everything. So theoretically, you can take these gloves, put them on before you take your old lenses out and put your new ones in. If you have big hands, these are going to be really tight, but it's kind of interesting. So when I put this one back in, notice the old bulb has 2 small tabs here and 1 large tab. Notice and this was setting up like that, remember? That large tab is on the bottom, ultimately will sit straight down. And since I took this and spun it this way to get it out, this tab, the large tab, goes in right here. On your new bulb, it may be a bit different, but you do have 1 larger tab there. So I would set that in like that. Make sure it is in carefully and straight. Turn it to the right. to lock it into position. Now, you want to look in this to make sure that that thing is pointing straight up and down. And you see, when you look in there, it is pointing straight up and down. This, what I'm talking about, I'll show you on the other bulb, this right here. You want it straight up and down like that. You don't want it sitting in there cockeyed, sideways or something. You want this straight up and down. Some of these are indexed so that you can remove a set of screws here to move that if you need. These are the ones that are molded into the right spot to begin with. So you should not have to do anything. Now, on this should be my little doodad that is for my CANBUS system, and I can tuck that out of the way however I need to. See, just tuck it, let's lower you down just a little bit. Tuck it out of the way and plug this back in. This should only go one direction, but notice there is a tab on each side. What you want to do, plug this in, see if it works. If it doesn't work, unplug it, turn it over, plug it in the other way. Some of these things can be plugged. Some of these things, when you plug them in, it doesn't really matter. The electronics will correct the polarity. Some do not. So before you fully assemble your headlight, plug it in and make sure it works. And if not, just reverse this and then you can continue on. I am going to take out of the bag here for this one, and I think I can take this glove off now. I'm going to take my little double-sided sticky tape here, put some on the back of this, and this is a nice metal case, it's not plastic, housing the electronics. And I'm going to put that in here like that, so it is nice and out of the way. And just mainly, I just don't want it wiggling around in there. I'm going to go clip this back in, and when I am done, it all tucks out of the way like that. And when I put this back on, see, everything fits on there properly. I don't have this sticking out anywhere, so the clearance is just right on that. So let's go plug this back into the car, see if it's the right orientation, and if it is, we will continue from there. Alrighty, looks like we got it right the first time. It is indeed working, and you can definitely see a big difference from one side to the next. If I look at the light it's casting there versus there, quite a bit of difference. And quite a bit of difference. You can hear the fan running in it, the cooling fan. So let's go turn the car off and put this all the way in the car, and then we will repeat it on the other side and wait for night and take it for a drive and see what it looks like at night. Alright, we have our headlight reassembled and back in the car. When you put this in, it's the reverse order of taking it out. You put this edge in first and then just kind of push this in, and it should just pop right into place. And then you take your pins, slide right down into the hole, and these little clip parts go toward the back. Just push it back down. Put that down in there, push it back down. That's it. That's all there is to these headlight assemblies, and they are in place really nicely. So I have that one loose. I'm going to disconnect that, finish that one up, and then we'll meet you guys back at nighttime. Alrighty guys, it is nighttime, and check this out. We're about to go driving, and these lights do not appear to be Volvo CANBUS capable or certified lights. So I'm going to ignore that message there. Just ignore that message there. I'm going to go for a drive and see what things look like. Of course, the lights look great. I love the look of them. Close the garage door. See how they look against the garage door, and you can see they are very nice and level. Love that. So we're gonna back out. Got my Christmas lights on, looking good. Definitely can see everything. Show you guys my Christmas lights here as we come around. Don't they look pretty? I love my Christmas lights. My neighbor has this gorgeous tree here. So, as we come down to the end of the road, this is the same spot we were looking at earlier. There's that house, the same house that we saw. Illuminating a lot more of that house. Roads are a little bit slick right there. Got my snow tires on, but as I exit, we're going up a hill there. We'll take a look and see what we see. Get these cars out of the way. But one thing I can already tell, look at the reflective surfaces on the side. Now that we've got the traffic out of the way, as you see the reflective surfaces start to come up, these headlights illuminate those surfaces way down there, like that yellow triangle thing down there. That sucker is way down there. And I can see it way a ways. So, I think these are successful. I love these headlights. I will probably buy the CANBUS piece and see if we can get rid of that error message, because these apparently do not like the Volvo, but I like the lights enough to try to keep them anyway. So hope you guys got something out of that. I will keep you posted and let you know if the CANBUS canceling things do happen to work. I'll post it in the comments. It'll take a few days for those to arrive, but I will order them as soon as I get back from this ride. And we will talk at you guys later. A little side note, guys. I learned a little bit about the dashboard warning and the CANBUS system. I got to looking through the little manual that came through with these headlights a little closer, and there's a tiny little section in there that says the resistors for the CANBUS system are only included with H7 and 9012 lights. Why they wouldn't be included with other models, I don't know, because there are obviously other bulb types out here that do have CANBUS. I mean, if you're going to list it as CANBUS ready, then you should include everything needed for that. So, not real happy about that. Still love the headlights. Love the way they look. That just means I've got to get the set of resistors that I've then got to go back and install. So I'm still going to do that. Adds only 20 bucks maybe to the cost of the headlights, which I'm not so crazy about. But I do like the look of the headlights much better. So it is one of those things I'm willing to go ahead and bite the bullet and spend the money for. So be prepared. Just know that when you get the headlights, you may have that issue and may have to go buy that CANBUS resistor pack or thing that's designed to defeat the CANBUS. So I'll go buy that and we'll do a review on that. Does it actually work or not? If not, I'll be sending it back to Amazon. So there we go. Just wanted to toss that in real quick and let you guys know that as I read through a little closer, I found this information out. So make use of it what you will. I gotta go because I gotta go order some resistor packs for my CANBUS system.